your extended look for that mini reading that I posted on my other platforms. If you're here from any of those other platforms, welcome. I appreciate your curiosity. My name's Cody. I'm your conscious soul reader for those of you who don't know me. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for your continued love and support. Let's get going. Whew, I'm already out of breath trying to just get through that. If you need to book a personal, everything's going to be in the link tree in the description box of this video, taking you to my website where I'm also booking mentorships. If you go all the way to the bottom of that link tree, it'll show you all the other platforms where I post and go live. If you recognize any of those, go ahead and give me a follow. I'm trying to hurry through this because this is a pretty straightforward reading. It's going to be pretty quick and to the point. There's regret. Somebody here is regretting deeply, throwing you away, just discarding you. And they're not able to let go. I've got this 8 of Cups in reverse. We've got 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords that came out together. This is somebody that's still holding on to you, holding on to the issues, holding on to whatever's happened here, but they're deep in their head about it with that 9 of Swords. That 9 of Swords is high anxiety, losing sleep, deep regret. The 8 of Cups is they're not quite able to feel committed to walking away from this. This is somebody who's having a very difficult time emotionally letting go. I've also got the Spy card that came out with that. So this looks like somebody here is still trying to find ways to have access to you, to look in on you, to see how you're doing. Maybe they're watching you have your Dharma and they're getting some karma. And this 10 of Swords coming out with the Emperor card is saying that somebody is focusing on the backstabbing, the betrayal, what's happened here. That Lover's card has come out where somebody's reminded that this was a gift. This was a divine, universal love. This was given to you from your higher source. Your higher power finally paired you with your person, and this person threw you away. Okay, they threw you away. They couldn't do it. They couldn't dive in, do the work. This person may have been very emotionally immature, not quite able to face themselves emotionally. Maybe they were emotionally devoid in the relationship, and so their inability to follow through and have any sort of emotional integrity at all ultimately just had them doing what they always do. Just throw you away. I'll just replace you, right? But they're in their head. They know they can't replace their person, the divine pairing, this gift from God that you were. They just said, no, too hard. Don't want it. Don't want it. Too difficult. Let's look. We'll get clarification for the cards on the table. See if we can't get some kind of outlook at the end, and then we'll run out some oracle to close the reading. Let's look. 8 of Cups. So the Hermit card. So this person may be isolating themselves, but yeah, totally in their heads. They're probably getting a lot of divine message as well. This is their spirit team, their guardians, angels, you know, showing them all kinds of memory of you. Just feeling like you done messed up now. Ron, Tower card reverse. They cannot let go. This person is having a very difficult time with their decisions. This is somebody who does not want this. They didn't want this. They didn't want this to happen. Once they made their decisions and choices, they were just kind of like having this out-of-body experience, watching it happen, just like, what are you doing? And they just dug in here. They just dug in, head over heels, committed to, you know, blowing up their life. Just because they didn't want to commit, dive in, do that work. And now this is all they can think about. This is all they can focus on, is how they just threw you away. Tell me about this Page of Swords. 7 of Pentacles, King of Cups. Now that they have time with their emotional self and their mental self to get into balance here, this person is maybe trying to find ways to implement themselves into your life, maybe to present themselves as somebody who figured it out. Maybe they've got their stuff together. They figured out what has happened. All right. Tell me about the Emperor card. What reverse? 10 of Wands reversing. Okay. 10 of Wands reversing. 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands. So this is all they can think about. They're doing everything in their power to not have this weigh heavily on their minds, but it just comes, it goes, it's in, it's out. This is this weighing heavily on their mind, heavy on their heart, heavy on their soul. Tell me about the 10 of Swords, please. Why does he do this every time I read? Tell me about the 10 of Swords. What about the Ten of Swords? Ten of Swords. Page of Cups. There we go. Ten of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. This is somebody who, you know, they may want to apologize for what they've done. They just want to come to you and just tell you they're so sorry for how dirty they did you, how wrong this was, how they just completely took every opportunity to hurt you and to betray you and to leave you for nothing. This person may have put you in a really precarious situation, having to basically pick yourself up from the ground to pull yourself away from this after being thrown away. So they're thinking about how you had to pull yourself away from them, and they're wondering if you would ever accept any kind of an apology. They know that this was very emotionally immature, that this was done maybe in great haste. Tell me about the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. These both came out together in that mini reading. Strength card. And the Three of Cups. This is somebody who's trying to put on a brave front. Okay, this person is putting on a very brave front that they are okay, they're good with this. This is what they wanted. Here comes the Hierophant. With the Nine of Wands and the Six of Cups. So this is just a front. This is somebody who's just faking it. As fake as they probably were in the relationship, they're now faking that they're okay with this. But in their head, when behind closed doors, when nobody's looking, they are messed up. They are mentally messed up. They are torn up inside. Their emotions are torn up. Their head is torn up, and they can't stop thinking about you. And they're not telling anybody, but they're finding any opportunity they can to try to look in on you and see how things are going. And I honestly feel like they're watching you get your Dharma while they sit back and prepare themselves for the wrath of the karma that is coming to them for how they just threw away their divine partner. Tell me about the Hierophant and the Lovers, this divine pairing. Queen of Pentacles. So you're a pretty high value connection. It takes a lot of work to hold down a very high value connection. This is, you know, coming together, working together. This is being able to collaborate with one another. We've got the Ten of Cups in the reverse with the Ace of Pentacles. So there was a golden opportunity here to make things right. And I believe that this person just focused more so on the negative things, and they were Six of Pentacles and the Death card reversing. So this person is wondering if you would ever, you know, consider having a conversation with them, maybe discussing about how things went, maybe talking about how things are now. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. The High Priestess. This person could be praying a lot. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. This could be praying a lot and hoping that you will have mercy and forgiveness in your heart for the harsh things that were said, the way in which they were treating you. We've got the Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the World card, the Chariot. So they followed their intuitive messages that they were getting in the moment to be able to just close this out. They felt like once they closed this out that it would be easy to get over you, but it's not. I think that they're just kind of trying their best, their level best to figure out what happened here, how to make it make sense. And they're going back on their decisions. We've got the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Moon card with the High Priestess. They're getting tons of messages about how this was not the thing to do. This was not the thing to do, to throw away their pre-Empress energy. We've got lots of pentacles out here. There's so much work involved, and this person didn't realize. They didn't realize how far along you were and how much further you were needing them to come in order to meet you at that divine pairing level. And when faced with their darkest fears, when faced with their shortcomings and their inabilities to really see where they needed to do that little bit more of an extra bit of work to make themselves be the type of person that they felt they were, right? But they're still coming in, not quite making it, not quite there yet. There's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of hope in this, you know, look, I have love to offer. You do, but you've got a lot of work to do to make that love be worthy of providing, love worthy of, you know, receiving what's being given to you, to have value of what's being given to you. And there was work to do here, work to do to be able to figure out how to make that happen. And now this person cannot stop thinking about you, their hasty decisions, and the more they sit with it, the more they have to question their decision here. As time goes on, there's just this inability to really focus on anything other than what would it have been like if I would have been able to do the work. How much better would my life be? How much easier would things have gone? How much time would I have not wasted if I would have just pushed myself a little bit more, gotten out of my ego, swallowed my pride, and celebrated the fact that I had something worth working on. Focusing on the positive versus the negative. And by focusing on the negative, your person created a way worse situation. And now they're in their head, full of regret, full of fear that you're going to be moving on. I believe you may have already blocked this person, and they're trying to find every way that they can. Their only focus in this world is how to have access to you, to know what's going on, and they cannot let this go. They cannot let this go. This is all they think about. Major regret in their heart for these hasty actions and this inability to really swallow their pride and focus on the work that needs to be done, because the work's never going to go away. It's always going to be there. But to throw away your divine partner, this person knows they took advantage of a very divine situation. They took advantage, and they have the ultimate betrayal weighing heavily on their mind and on their hearts. Ultimate betrayal. All right, let's clean this up and get an outlook. All right, so let's see here. Let's get an outlook. What is going to happen? Let's see what's going to happen over the next month. What's going to happen over the next month? Since I do daily readings, what's going to happen over the next month with this person? Five of Swords, Queen of Swords, Six of Cups. This person is in their head. They're just in their head, and they're going to remain in thought over what's happened in the past. They may try to reach out to you. They may try. This person may see if there is a way that you can have a conversation. I don't know if it's going to go well. I don't know if they're presenting themselves in the right way. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords, the Five of Wands. I think a lot of damage has been done here. There's some big, big changes that has happened. Big, big changes that have happened. Got the Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. So you may have figured out and done your own little investigating and figured out that this person was already talking to other people. I've got three queens out here. So with three queens out here, the Justice card and the Knight of Pentacles, this person is understanding that you've had divine counsel. You've had all the information and all of the source you needed to be able to overcome this, and they're watching you. They're watching you overcome this and liberate yourself. And now they're stuck in their head over the decisions they made. The decisions they made, the bed they made that they now have to lay in, and what that's going to look like for the rest of their lives. Yeah, we've got the Hermit and the Four of Swords. That's all they can think about. That's all they can think about, and how they're going to overcome this karma that they've created for these hasty decisions to let it all burn to the ground. And here's that spy card again. Spy card again, trying to find a way to have access to you to start up a conversation. When would that ever be possible? When would you ever receive that? And I think that this person sees that you had all the justice in the world on your side, the way everybody rallied around you and took your side and nurtured you and came to help you and stand by your side, to listen to you, to take your side, to feel like you had a better way of handling this than your person did. And now your person is seeing this. They're seeing this play out in real time, and they are just in deep regret. They know they've got karma coming, and they can see your Dharma happening in real time. And now they're wondering, right? What fresh hell have I laid for myself? What have I done? And this major risk of me throwing away my earth angel, my person. They just threw you away. Now they have to live with that. Let's get Oracle. All right, we'll run out some Oracle. Let's look at this person. Let's look at this person. Who are we dealing with? I've packed everything on the road again. Let's look at this person. Let's pull a bunch of Oracle and look at this person. Tell me about the person my collective is dealing with. This person's money hungry. They're obsessed with status, material possessions. I think that's all they think about. They could be out trying to get some one-night stands right now to try to erase the memory of you. Just hurry up and go out and find somebody else to have sex with immediately to try to, you know, get over you quickly, is to get under somebody else. Could be their toxic thinking here. Yeah, they've got major money issues, so that's all they can think about. That's all they focus on. They are an energy vampire too, so you may have felt this with this person, narcissist or narcissistic tendencies, the way they are completely egoic, the way they handled you. They're barely keeping it together. Yep, I can't let go of this connection. I cannot let go of this connection. They regret choosing this other person. Maybe they got a little bit of attention, which made them feel like they could just throw you away and replace you. They could have gone out and, you know, found a bunch of people online and felt like, oh, okay, yeah, I got this person. I can have anybody I want. I got you. I can get anybody. And they're finding out that that was not the case. This was a divine pairing. This was from God, from Source. And they just threw it away because they felt like, oh, I can just easily replace this person. But maybe that person didn't want you back. Maybe they realized what they were dealing with. Maybe they saw how fake this person was being. We've got water signs. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Somebody here has got Caucasians, light skin. Your person is very light skinned. We've got black magic out here. They could be doing black magic, or they're getting readings on you. They could be doing readings on you. They have major jealousy issues. This person's very controlling, very bossy, very rude. Maybe they can't control their own life, so they try to control you. And when you called them out on the fact that you don't even have control over your life, why are you trying to control me? This made them completely lash out at you, fight with you. Yeah, they fought with you. This is a blessing in disguise, pulling you out of this. And there's nothing you have to do. You're getting your Dharma. They're going to get their karma. You don't have to do a thing. Just sit back. Even if they're doing black magic on you, if they're sending negativity towards you, talking negatively about you, they're going to see how protected you are. You are an earth angel. You are not to be messed with. And they're going to find that out real fast. Real fast. They think they're coming back. Yeah, they're trying to find out ways to get back, planning how to apologize, but you block them. You block them. Block them. Their baby mama issues, their baby daddy issues, everything that comes around with that. The fact that they never agreed with your perspective. They always tried to argue with you. They know they should apologize, but they're so freaking proud. I think that that is like poison coming out of their mouth to apologize. They would rather choke on their words than apologize. And it's so simple to apologize. It's so simple. It's so empowering too. It takes control over the whole situation, and it makes it look like you have the authority over your emotional self and your mental self. But if you can't even apologize, then it looks like you are pretty childish. Actually, it's pretty childish and petulant to not even be able to, take accountability at all. Let's look at the soulmate messages. Soulmate messages to close this reading. All right, soulmate messages. It's hard to sleep in the bed I made. Exactly. Yeah, they made their bed. Now they got to sleep in it. I said that earlier. I know I can't fool you. You see right through me. Yeah, you knew this person was faking it. They're talking mad trash, trying to say a bunch of things, and all they were was talking. And you were trying to hold them accountable and be like, okay, that's all good and well, but what are we going to do about it? Where are you going to go with this? What's the action behind it? Stop talking about it and be about it. I'm not ready to talk. This person is still running, still hiding. It should have been you. They're in deep regret. It should have been you. They know they chose poorly. Their family depends on them. This could be the type of person who is always giving to people who take advantage of them, who monopolize their time, who manipulate their time. They could have a very controlling, manipulative family that tries to keep them in lock. They could be enslaved to their family, and their family likes it like that and saw you as an intrusion and did their due diligence to try to push you out because they were losing their servant to their family. This is somebody who remembers how easy life was with you. You did nothing but try to come into this person's life and make it better. All you did was try to help and improve it, and everything in it completely rejected you. And eventually so did this person. I'm taking time away so I can understand my feelings. For the first time in their life, they're diving into their feelings. Maybe this person is actually looking at their emotional investment here. Maybe they're actually looking at the way they handled this emotionally. I did too much to you. They know they hurt the hell out of you. I chose a bad apple. Yep, they regret that choice they made. They fantasize about making love to you. They may have a sex addiction. This person may have a sex addiction that they feel like they can just run through people, that you're easily replaceable. They want to make love to you. They want other people. They can't, differentiate the true intimate connection versus just physical satisfaction. This person is really shallow and without emotional integrity, right? I can be myself when I'm with you. They realize that they threw away something where they could actually truly be them. I don't blame you for walking away. Yeah, I talked to someone close about you, and I see my future with you. I know we belong together. My life is upside down right now, and I keep thinking of when we first met. All right, collective. I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you all so much for tuning in, playing along. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for hitting those likes and subscribe buttons. That notification bell will alert you every time I come live and post content. If you go to my description box, go to that link tree. It'll take you to my website where you can book a personal reading with me. I'm running a sale May, and it's going to be for the unforeseeable future, but I've got a sale going on my personal readings. Be sure and go check those out. It's going to be $25, $50, and $100 for my personal readings on sale for a while, so take advantage of that while it's happening. Until next time, collective, I'm wishing you all the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand. I'll see you soon.